really getting into the line of the ball. It's just like another 3 deliveries to go, and he's hobbling, having a difficult time. Love to finish the over and maybe go in for some kind of treatment in the cool of the dressing rooms. See the grimace on his face. It's hurting. Oh, inside out, over the top, there's a fielder. Just goes across and make sure it doesn't go to the bar.
I tell you what, the homework Bangladesh captain has done almost worked. Najmul Hasan Shanto at long off was quite square towards extra cover. And he got the best field at long off. Expected that Hasarangu loves that extra cover drive, the loves that cover drive. Almost delicious.
Now what is the approach going to be from Asalanka? Will he take Tanvir on? Attempt to play the ball towards Marin. Oh, he struggled. I think he's done well. Just keep it tight. Needs to get another ball in. Just quietly playing it away. This end of a very good over. 194 for 6. Up and down, those blue dots really not allowing Sri Lanka to really gather the momentum they would love to have.
6:22 p.m. is a cut-off time to bowl the 50 overs. Usually it's 6 p.m. And the last over to be bowled starts at 6:22. And this, all the wickets in the break, it's time being added, injuries time being added. But still I feel Bangladesh will struggle to start the last over at 6:22. Taskin got 3 more overs, Tanzim got 2 more overs, and Mustafiz looks like he's going to bowl 4 overs. So this is where I think something that the Bangladesh set up got to look into, because they get green lights, they get 1 more fielder coming into the circle, that means 5 in the circle. Yes, it's hot, it's humid, but somehow it's non-negotiable, you get the job done.
Oh my goodness, now Mustafizur Rahman is hobbled in and he's shaking his head. He's just saying that he can't continue.
It's a different story when a fast bowler gets cramps than a spinner. I'd be very surprised if he could run in and bowl. Yeah, clearly. This is where I think the Bangladesh captain will be worried. Mustafizur Rahman is an expert bowling cutters into the pitch in the death overs. If he cannot continue, he'll be sorely missed. Takbir Islam, he got 2 overs, that's 6 overs.
How is he going to make up 6 overs? He tried. Najmul Hasan Shanto 8 dividends with a wicket, but he was taken apart by the batters and walking back. Now that's not a good sign. When Bangladesh seemed to be just gathering that momentum, keeping things quieter, needed Mustafizur Rahman to really put his best bowling forward, but not to be.
Fiji are not even trying to stretch Mustafizur Rahman. Means that I think that's more than a cramp, probably a muscle pull. That's an indication usually when it's a cramp, try and stretch it out. But if it's not, physio feels more than cramps, that's where the danger is.
Bowling coach will be very pensive, Shante, with what he's seen of Mustafiz. Just hobbling off, brings in Taskin Ahmed. Now Taskin has got 3 overs. that if it happens 3 times, there will be 5 runs will be added to the opposing team. Got to make sure that they change over very, very quickly, and also that time factor will come into play. So lots of things going against Bangladesh with the threat of the 3rd warning, and then maybe we don't complete the overs in time. You'll have to have a fielder within. Next fielder, that's short, it's picked up, and it's gone past that effort. He's not happy, but that was rather a loose delivery.
A drag down, the warm-up delivery shot for delivery by Taskin. No mean pace at all, 123.5. And set up nicely for Banidhu Hasaranga. Tries on anything loose. Picked up the length early and no hesitation in going aerial. Looking how Taskin Ahmed is running as well. Maybe he's struggling as well. It's not the first spell he was running in, he was just bursting on the scene, but looking at in this spell, it's a promising.
Being short, the last thing you want to do. Got away with that one, finds the fielder. You're right, I think this heat, the humidity has really trained the Bangladeshi fielders. It's just not bowling with too much pace early on, but you know, it's almost 10 kilos down from his first spell.
And consistently he was close to 135 in this over. The fastest have been the first ball, it's 106.4. Yeah, he's testing times in the middle. Players will be tested, especially Taskin Ahmed, who has not played a competitive game after a while. A heel injury, which is where the professional will be tested. The last thing, the skipper of Bangladesh needs one more ball. Already has a headache of cleaning up 4 more overs.
But the problem Bangladesh got to have is, as the 200 comes up for Sri Lanka in the 42nd over, they'll be pretty happy with that. But the captain of Bangladesh will be very, very concerned.
Now also the captain has bowled out. Means that Najmul Hasan Chand are going to come in, and this is where I think Aditya Salanka will be a little bit tactful. Not take any unnecessary risk against the frontline bowlers. Looks like Mustafiz was gone, he probably won't not come back again. And target that 6 ball. So tactical game will be tested for Sri Lanka going forward from this time onwards.
Struggling Tanvir is never going to get to that. You can be sorry, but really Tanvir couldn't really make it to that delivery.
A poor boy on debut. Ball is following him. It looked like no chance he's going to go to it. A different fielder, much bigger fielder, much mobile fielder would have certainly got it. Certainly the wheels are coming off, isn't it?
Yes, that's what it seems. That I think with the yoga leg delivery, the batter did well, Hasaranga, getting the angle back to it. Tough last few overs for Bangladesh in this innings, out in the field. Oh, just easy. So they pass the fielder, there is some protection behind. Mango recovers, and that is a big over. 12 runs coming from that. It's 206 for 6.
At the moment, that's what Bangladesh have to get through 8 overs. They really are struggling. They've already got a warning because they've got 2 warnings in In fact, you've got to start the over. You allotted 60 seconds in between. Tanveer Islam, well, he's forced to come back into the attack. He's struggling with cramps because Mustafizur has gone off the field with cramps, and I believe Tuskin is also not looking too good. All the hard work done early just getting undone from Bangladesh's point of view. Port not too far away. Salanka, though, on the other hand, is huffing and puffing, but he's pacing his innings nicely. Thanks for joining me, Roshan Abhisinger. It'll be nice to hear from you.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. It's a privilege. Yeah, you're right. I think Bangladesh has a problem on their hands in terms of making sure that the last 8 overs are completed. Because lots of cramps. Bowlers struggling. Were you saying pineapple juice for cramps? I don't know that actually. Is it something that is recommended? Did you use that during your day? Pineapple, I love it. It's nice with a bit of salt and pepper, and maybe blend it and mix it with a little bit of chili powder. Coconut water, good for your daughter. What about your daughter? He takes it on. That will be 4. Darita Salanka into the 90s. This is a well-paced innings by Darita Salanka. 90 of 106 balls, 6 fours and 4 sixes. He's structured it beautifully. That was thrown up and needed no second invitation because that area is open and he's been very good in that area. He's hit some sixers of extra cover and this looked quite easy. Look, a very quiet over till then. Islam opted to give it some air. Prashanda. It's the end of the over. 136. Just below 5, the current run rate 248, but the way the Sri Lankans are looking, and with Bangladesh somewhat on one leg. 269, 270 is what Sri Lanka would have in mind. New playing conditions, Roshan, we've been talking about it. Usually ball each at either end. Chanto back into the attack, so that shows you it's a mix and match attack at this stage. Not quite the plan because of cramping for Mustafizur Rahman. So at the 34th over, the bowling team, the fielding team gets the option of picking one ball to continue with. There you go. That's Islam. Tanveer Islam on debut. They are struggling. Now just having a look at why they might have picked a particular ball. The first 17 overs bowled from far end, not the end that now was the ball that they did pick. Parvez mentioned the run scored 66 for 3 from that end. This particular ball in the first 17 overs, Hasaranga, he's got the gap, he's hit it hard. This is a huge opportunity for Sri Lanka. Bangladesh struggling,
to find their bowling resources, and Sri Lanka should cash in on this opportunity, because we know that Shanto is not a frontliner. He's already gone for 23, and Sri Lanka, from a position where they are in 192 for 6, with bowling resources depleted, they should be really looking to do well and cash in. More runs here, at least a couple. Takaralioni, he does well. One of the few fielders moving smoothly across the grass. And the other ball, which is used at Ruchirapalli Guru's in, 106 for 2. So now, is it totally based on the run scored? You would have had no idea. You don't have those numbers. But there was a difference in the amount of turn the bowlers got. Yasin Miraj, who started from the far end, came across. We've noticed that from the end that Shanto's bowling right now, it was just 2.6 degrees the turn. But for the Maligawat end, that's the far end, 3.7. So these might have been the factors that Yasin Miraj would have considered before picking that ball. Okay, maybe the seam's better, we're getting it to drift and turn. Probably the pitch. Also, there's a difference in how it's playing at either end. No, I think the pitch will be quite a critical factor in that. Yes, the seam should be very similar unless it has been pounded, but then it's the surface that responds, isn't it? It's in the gap. It is, but not hard enough. Sri Lanka somehow gets across for another 2, so that's 10 off the 44th. Sri Lanka 223 for 6. Captain leading the fight back. Lienige helped, Milan Ratnayaka helped. Now it's Hasaranga. Hasaranga to finish the innings off. Nine overs, 1 for 41. Tanveer Islam, he's going to bowl out. Yasin Miraj went wicketless. So 5 overs of seam. Not sure. Shanto's the option that Yasin Miraj could go to from the far end. Russell, what options does he have? I mean, you just have 2 fast bowlers almost limping. Mustafiz has limped off. Taskin didn't look himself. Yeah, you're right. Because Taskin's got 2, Tanzim's got 2, so he's got to find another over from somewhere. 32, this partnership of 28, Hasaranga coming out and being positive, giving that little oomph, the giddy up that the Sri Lankan innings needed. Well, is he moving smoothly? Taskin. First spell was outstanding. Yep, he's in no hurry. And probably the smart thing to do, let Hasaranga take the bowlers on at this stage. 4 ODI hundreds for Sri Lanka's captain. 3 of those have come at this venue. For 100 against Bangladesh previously, Larita Sri Lanka, and really impressive. Because most of these hundreds have come with Sri Lanka in trouble, and you'd expect that at number 5 or 6. You'll only get decent amount of batting time. The top order, they're dismissed early. Yeah, he's been a real crisis man, hasn't he? Since he became captain, he's enjoyed that extra bit of load. He's taken on, he's been good to rise to challenges. And this is another challenge that he's handled well. Yeah, fires it. In fact, he knows Hasaranga, who generally likes to go inside out, is waiting for a bit of air. Yeah, Hasaranga would fancy his chances because he's turning the ball away from him and loves to go over the extra cover area, as you said. So clever bowling by Tanvir, who's been pushing it through, going slightly wide, bowling with a slightly round armish action, looking to try and slide it in rather than fine turn. Oh, well bowled, well bowled. Battling. But on debut, somewhat on one leg, Tanvir Islam has been impressive. You've got to say that. Bowled some wonderful angles, got the ball to turn. Here comes his last delivery. I'd be very, very happy to get off the park. He's hit it well. He'll look for two, but can Asalanka make it? No, he can't. That's a very good over to finish off for Tanvir Islam. Just the three off it. 226 for 6.
I have a life too, Bill. Do you have the calamari? It was full of table. I didn't eat any calamari, so I'm not paying for any calamari. What are you, 7? Ah, that's for crumpets, sweetheart.
Our relationship with money is formed from a young age. That's why our expert team is here, to help you take control of your money today. Barclays, make money work for you.
Yeah, Mustafizur is back on the park. Well, 6:24 is the time that the 50th over needs to start. That's what we have on the clock at the moment. There could be a few minutes added to it as we progress. Now Mustafizur, who's back on it, on the park, can only bowl after 6:24. The reason for that is the number of minutes he was off the park. Well, Tanvir Islam, he hobbles off. Now if it was an external injury, Mustafizur could have come and bowled straight away. Well, we will go past 6:24, so I'm pretty sure Mustafizur could contribute. 2 overs for Taskin, 2 overs for Tanzim. That's what Bangladesh have. So the last 5 overs, what can Sri Lanka do? This partnership, 34 of 33 and looking dangerous. Mid-off is in the circle, 3 in the deep on the leg side. Sweeper cover on the boundary, and so is third man. Hammered. Mid-on stays. Judges it nicely. Taskin gets a wicket. Hasaranga, bottom of the bat, and he doesn't get the result he wanted. Well paced off that time. The ball really didn't arrive. Just take a look into the pitch. One hand comes off. And a simple catch to the field and long on. This is a huge blow struck by Bangladesh at a time when they're struggling for bowlers. The bowler, the death love that celebration from Taskin. Vanithu Hasaranga knows that he's missed out on an opportunity. Out for 22. 226 for 7.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Professional monitoring?
Activated.
This summer, leave your worries behind. Protect what matters to you with Simply Safe Home Security. System start from under £200 with a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Go. Off the mark. Useful. Nice Deekshana always competes. That average of 17 tells you that he'll hang around with an established player. But well ball from Tuskin. Balls it into the pitch. You know if you give him length, he'd go over mid-off. The cutter running the fingers over. Pulls it into the pitch. You can see it spin slightly in towards Hasaranga, and he does not get the distance. To the pitch he goes again. They're looking to take pace off in this over. And also Russell now, the game can go on till 6:26 with the fall of that wicket. Correction, Roshan, the last over should start by 6:26. Yeah. Thank you, 6:26, so which means Mustafiz can bowl. Because he can go on, he has to bowl after 6:24. Look, they need to get the 15. So even if we go to 6:30, he can still come and bowl. It's after 6:24, so that's fine. Mid-off and mid-on in the circle. Oh, he's chipped that. He's chipped that. So there's another wicket. 4 wickets for Tuskin, and he's dealt a couple of blows just when Bangladesh really did need it. Yeah, this is very good cricket by Bangladesh. For a moment, it appeared that Sri Lanka was looking to take it away in the last 10 overs. Bangladesh struggling without bowlers, and again you could see that pace off into the pitch. And Mahesh Deekshana was in with the shot early, leading edge. 228 for 8 is a brilliant return for Bangladesh under the circumstances. Mahesh Deekshana goes for 1.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
So you want the confidence to hit that high note? Here's how. Get the Harry Starter set. Get our trim and razor, shave gel and travel cover with 30% off and free delivery. With our razor, even your 8th shave will be as smooth as your first. Its 5 German engineered blades are our sharpest yet. Now with your newfound confidence, that high note is there for the taking. Harry's. Feel good, fellas.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
270, but now could be even 240 or less. Ishan Malinga, left-handed batter, he's got to hang in there for Sri Lanka. Around the wicket, 5 in the circle, Tuskin. Oh, well kept out, well kept out. How the game can change. Even Tuskin doesn't look comfortable. Yeah, that's why I give Bangladesh so much of credit. Sri Lanka knew that they had an opportunity against an attack that was struggling with injuries. We spoke about Mustafiz being unable to bowl until 6:24. You could see that Tuskin is not moving as freely. So there was this huge opportunity for Sri Lanka to try and cash in. But this man, he struck 2 vital blows. And still the last ball of the over. Brilliant over. 2 wickets in it. 228 for 8. Sri Lanka got a couple of partnerships together and were thinking 270. But all of a sudden, Sri Lanka's left to fight the lone battle. He's on 96. Wow, Shanto gets a bowl. Probably because 2 left-handers in the middle. That really is a brave move. And another positive is he gets through the over quickly. They are struggling. Time to finish up.
Also not sure whether Must could actually bowl that over that we're talking about, because Bangladesh still needs to find one more over, because Taskin has 1 over left, Tansim has 2, so that's 3, and with this they're okay. If Mustafiz is not fit, then this would be a very good move, useful move. Now Ishan Malik on strike.
They might not need all those overs, Roshan.
And you never know, but I'm just talking about making up the 50 here. So now Shanto, if he can get through a few cheaper deliveries, dot balls to Ishan Malinga, that will be perfect for Bangladesh. That's just what they want.
I was meaning pick up the 2 wickets.
I know what you mean. You never know, but in case you go on to till the 50th over.
Now here's a few more numbers for you. Now we're playing with only 1 ball since the 35th over. Sri Lanka have scored only 60 runs and lost 3 wickets. So that's scoring at about 4.5, 5 and over in that period. Less than 5 in fact. Ishan Malinga, he's off the mark.
See the importance of going into the last 10 overs with 2 set batters or with batting in hand. It has just been Charit Asalanka and the tail to support him.
Oh, he gets excited. He's been very easily excitable, Shanto, this game. They blew their 2 reviews. Shanto was determined that they have a innings and then LBW shout. That occasion as well. Sri Lanka. Last ball of the 47th. No start. Hit well. In the gap. Probably won't go for 4. So Sri Lanka gets himself to 99. Sri Lanka 232 for 8. Today. Got 400s. 3 of those hundreds coming here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. 127 against Australia. That was in February. The first ODI. In the second ODI, he went on to score 78. Tanzim. Oh, that's what a match. Taskin's got work to do. Limps across. Sri Lanka happy to just take the single.
Yeah, that's the plan. Get Sri Lanka on strike. Just 17 deliveries left, so Sri Lanka needs their captain to take the majority of it. Good thinking about Ishan. Good thinking on the part of Ishan Malinga to get off strike.
Yep, they're all on their feet. The crowd, they anticipate another 100 for their captain. Well, Mediasan Miraj, he needs to decide who he wants to push out. Now he's pushing fine leg to the boundary. Doff is in the circle. Here's Tanzim. Oh yes, he runs, he makes his ground. Charit Asalanka, 5th ODI 100. It's been an outstanding one. Came in when Sri Lanka were 3 for 29, and hasn't he played wonderfully well? Simply superb. Charit Asalanka, Sri Lanka's captain.
Beautifully structured by the captain. And that's a very good average in his career, just under 45. 15 half centuries and 500s, and made it under fairly tough circumstances with wickets falling around him. He needed to get partnerships going. Nobody really sticking with him for too long. Just two big partnerships. And this is that desperate dive to make that 100th run, his 5th 100. And a very important one yet again for Sri Lanka. Leading from the front is he. They enjoyed it. There were some tremendous hits. Wonderful stroke play and mixed with some solid defense. His game has gone to a different level as captain. Over as captain after the last series against these two teams. Averaging almost 50, striking just under 100. It's not that as a play it wasn't that bad either. Average at 43 and striking at 90. Well, you take your chances sometimes and you create your own luck. I think for the struggle he's had and the way he constructed this innings, he deserved that run. Diving for your 100. That's how you do it. He doesn't ever miss a moment. Straight to the fielder. The meter this way, that would have been 4. Well, this is another special effort by the captain of Sri Lanka, Charita Solanka. He spoke about the time he came in, wickets lost early, needed to rebuild the innings, and that he did well. Was tied down at any moment, was quite willing to take the bowling on. I think his spot was very good of extra cover. And as I say, the satisfying knock is 500 in his career so far. That's all Solanka will ask from him. 5 singles off the 48th over. Looking at the clock, sticked over to 6:27 is when the 49th bridge and the 50th over should begin. Bangladesh probably have 4 minutes to get through this delivery and the next over. Next over will be bowled by Tuskin. 42 to him, searching for his third 5-wicket ball in ODIs. Solanka happy to keep strike. 238 for 8 Sri Lanka. Lanka, and he does. One bounce to the fielder. Now Russell at 6:27, 240 for 8. 3 deliveries left in the over. So if they go past this, does it mean that the fielders have to come in immediately as they pass the 6:27 mark? So that's the time they should start the 49th over. So they're still, in bigger part of the 50th, so they're still 3 balls shy. Slow ball. This is clever bowling. Asalanka wants to. He'll get it. He'll get it. He's been out there for a long time. He's been running around quite a bit too, the Sri Lankan captain. He's put in for his team, Tusky. 2 more deliveries remain. They'll be penalised in the last over. That's what will happen. There he goes, telling his partner, Rapali Gurugit, that's what's going to happen. Well, he's going to take the pace off, I'm pretty sure, Tusky. Slow delivery. Just the 1 run. Well, Sri Lanka have not hit a boundary in 32 balls. Generally, you set yourself up for this stage, but because of the wickets that Tuskin has been picking up, or those 2 wickets of Deanshan and Hasaranga, it's really stalled Sri Lanka's progress. Now, if I was Asalanka, I'd be telling Yashan Malinga, this is a free hit. Mid off and mid on in the circle, but he's going to be bowling a shortish length. Try and swing for the hills. That's what I would tell him. Let's see what he does. He tries to swing high on the bat. Tuskin finishes strong. He doesn't get his 5-wicket haul, but he's done really well for his team. 243 for 8 with 1 to go. Signaling the fact that Bangladesh have been penalised. They'll have to bring in an extra fielder into the circle. So for the last over, the last outside, he's on strike. Deep mid wicket, no more, no more. He was the boundary. Tanzim doesn't start him. Left him in the air. Fielder tries to get underneath it, and does really well. He had a long way to go, and he did. They've got the Sri Lankan captain finally. Well, that was to be expected. Asalanka was looking to play shots. Looked to go over mid-wicket, but just couldn't get that far. Good catch by Shanto. Another big wicket for Bangladesh. They'll be pretty pleased with their effort. And so will Charita Asalanka, being his 5th 100 out for 106. Sri Lanka, with 5 balls to go, are 243 for 9. will be run out because it was so tight and close. But Sri Lanka deserved it, and then eventually chipped it down the long on. Made a very fine innings. Ridoy with a bullet throw to the non-strikers end. Ensured Sri Lanka were bowled out. It was. They struggled with cramps. Mustafizu just the 6 overs, but Taskin somehow got through his net. Picked up 4 crucial wickets. Cuts in. Keepers outstanding as well. Tanveer Islam, well, he'll give them more. How he performed in one game. Well, 244, 245 is what Bangladesh will need. They will fancy themselves, get those runs, go one up in the series. The chase not too far away.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury. Hey, Simply Safe Home Security System. System start under £200. Higher professional monitoring. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Give your kids a head start with NatWest.